I used to just go with whatever meat looked good or was on sale at the grocery store. But now that I've experienced the exceptional quality, flavor, and convenience that you can get from Omaha Steaks, I'm never going back. They can build a custom food plan based on your schedule, which means less food waste and stocking up on high-quality proteins to always have on hand. With Omaha Steaks in your freezer, you're always just minutes away from a quality dinner. Whether it's Taco Tuesday or a weekend feast. Taste the Omaha Steaks difference and never settle for grocery proteins again. Get flavorful, high-quality proteins delivered by visiting omahasteaks.com. Plus $35 off when you use promo code YUM at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com, code YUM. Terms apply. See site for details. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code YUM at checkout for $35 off. Minimum purchase may apply.
Get that Amex Gold card ready. I'm too tired to cook.
We feeling Five Guys or the Cheesecake Factory?
Both.
Earn up to $120 a year in statement credits at participating partners. Up to $10 each month when you pay with the Amex Gold card. Learn more at americanexpress.com/explore-gold. Enrollment required. Terms apply.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. And thank you for subscribing to the latest edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. I'm 12 Kyle. Check this out. On this podcast, what we're going to do is we're going back. That's right. We're going back to September 24th, 1991. On that day, A Tribe Called Quest released their sophomore album, The Low End Theory. And we're going to talk about it as this album turns 30 years old. We're going to break down the tracks. We're going to talk about the production. And we'll talk about how we feel about this album as it turns 30. Maybe some songs that we may or may not have put on the album. Who had the best verse on the album? That and so much more. And of course, I'm not doing the podcast alone. I got my man Eclectik. He is in the building. So you don't want to miss it. So after the break, we will present to you The Low End Theory, 30 years later, with Eclectik, right here on the 12 Kyle podcast. Let's get it. And just like that, we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for checking out this edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. I'm your boy 12 Kyle, and we got a special co-host. I mean, he's not special. He's co-host, but you know him, you love him. He's been on here plenty of times. My man Eclectik is in the building. E, what up, man?
What's up, everybody? It's Eclectik, a.k.a. Fred E. Sanford, Black Eclectic Television, The Fifth Letter, Click the Hammer Blogging Time, Scrappy Doo.
Not The Fifth Letter.
The Fifth Letter.
What's going on, man?
Not much, man. I'm feeling good. I'm in a good mood. We're going to talk about some stuff. I appreciate you having me on the show. Anytime you need the downloads to go up, you need the streaming, you need the streamers to stream. Anytime you want the retweeters to retweet, tell them I'm here. You got it, and I'm always happy to lend that extra support.
Well, we got you on here, man, because we are taking it back. You see the title. We are talking about A Tribe Called Quest's sophomore album, Low End Theory, as this album celebrates 30 years. Wow. That's amazing to think that this album came out 30 years ago, September 24th, 1991. The boys were back for their sophomore album, looking to avoid the sophomore jinx. So yeah, man, I had to get you on here to talk about this one. Obviously, both of us are huge Tribe Called Quest fans. You have a different take on Tribe Called Quest, and I'm sure we'll get on that at some point in this podcast. But yeah, man, September 24th, 1991. 30 years. Does it feel like it's been 30 years, man? Because this is crazy when you think about it.
I mean, for most people, it probably does. For me, no, but that is only because I live my life like it's still like 96, 97. So to me, old school or like way back in the day is like 90s. I don't pay attention to 2000. So for me, it feels like it was yesterday.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's always good to go back, man, and be nostalgic about these albums and really kind of take people to what it was like when this particular album came out, what the vibe was. You and I've done quite a few of these, and we talk about, what that feeling was or what state hip hop was in at that particular time. So let's go back, man. 1991. That, to be honest, for those of you listening, that was a different era of hip hop. That era was, you didn't necessarily have your gangster rap. You had a level of consciousness in hip hop. You had crews. You had a lot of MCs actually rapping. What comes back to your mind about that particular era of hip hop in 1991 and what we were seeing and what we were listening to?
Well, I think that 91 started the transition to the new thing. I think 91 was the bridge. Maybe 90 and 91 was the bridge, because if you look at it, in 90 you had you had that. I think that was getting towards the end of the consciousness. Your All for Ones and your People's Instinctive and your Fear of a Black Planet and all of that stuff. And then once 91 hit, you still had your Apocalypse 91, you had Low End Theory, you had Black Sheep, but then you had your Scarface coming in. Tupacalypse Now was around this time and stuff, and that was like the bridge, because soon as 92 hit, Chronic, Predator, what the album, if you want to look at it like that, Lynch Mob, all of this stuff. So it was bridge, because then 93 was the different era, because that's when Wu and the Midnight Marauders didn't sound like this, and then Nas was coming, and then so I think 91 was the transitional time for hip hop music, where you could basically throw out throw out almost anything, because you would have your Low End Theory, you would have Quick as the Name, but then you'd have the Leaders of the New School, but you'd also have the UMCs and Nice and Smooth. So you saw what stuck, and then you rode with it, but everyone had their different identities, and it was a great time to be a hip hop music fan, because you could be in a crew of 5 people, and 5 of you have totally different favorite albums that year. All right, and 5 different favorite artists, not even no overlap. And it wasn't like, well, this person's popping, everybody's popping.
Right.
So, yeah.
No, you're right, man. It was definitely a different era. It was a great era of hip hop, I think. And I agree with your point about it being a transitional period for rap, because, we were moving into a different direction, and we didn't know what was on the horizon, but we do know that there were groups and there were crews that really stood out. And one of the crews that stood out was the Native Tongue crew. And, members of the Native Tongue crew were these guys from called A Tribe Called Quest. And they were embarking upon their second album. Their first album, People's Instinctive, was through the charts. It was an album that got, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it got 5 mics in the source early. And I think it might have been one of the first albums to get 5 mics in the source. So coming off the heels of that, people saying, okay, hey, can you do it again? And those 2 albums, especially if you listen to them now back to back, they sound similar but different. I think Fife's emergence is one of the key things I think that you'll see is one of the differences between both of those albums. But this album dropped September 24th, 1991. So, E, where were you September of 1991?
I was in my bedroom. I believe this is high school for me. And I distinctly remember this. This is what I'll give you. I remember being in art class, and art class was a real. No one takes art class seriously in school.
Oh, of course.
so, so, so now I love art, but that's beside the point. I distinctly remember me really enjoying this album, and at least two different times, I would start rhyming this album from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would do like the intro. And once I did that, people knew, nah, low end theory.
Mm.
And at least twice, we rhymed the entire album from beginning to end in class. I mean, I'm saying all the way. I mean, it's like maybe like 10 people just all rhyming. The teacher just gave us like, because it would be like you would work on a project. So it wasn't any teaching. It was like, hey, you're going to paint this or make this or whatever. And so, the teacher then, when she tells us what to do, she's just going to go back and chill unless somebody had questions. So it didn't matter. So, I mean, I remember being at my desk. I distinctly remember this, being at my desk. And my man Derek was two tables away.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, we was rhyming. We got to what? I was like, chill for a minute. Dougie Fresh said silence. And Derek went, meow. Well, we did the whole album. It was a great time. At least twice.
Man, you can't beat that. My teachers would have told me to shut up at that time if we were trying to rap the whole album. Man, that's crazy. September 1991. Oh, I know where I was. You
was a senior in college, right?
No, man. I was a freshman on the campus of South Carolina State University. Yeah, man. Wow, I just thought about that. That's crazy. That was my freshman year. I enrolled at South Carolina State. This album was everything, man. It was a great follow up to their debut album. And we'll get into the tracks and everything, but that's exactly where I was. And at that particular time, like you said, man, hip hop was just everything. Like it was something that we ate, we drank, we breathed hip hop, and that was, I just took a liking to Tribe because they were so much different from, anybody else that I had seen. I always kind of felt like I was a lost member. But this is obviously, and I've said this before in this podcast, one of my favorite groups, period, in any genre of music. But this is one of my favorite groups of all time. So this album comes out. The album is 48 minutes long. Not a long album. Actually, I think it's a pretty nice length as far as the time goes. Like I said, the follow-up to People's Instinctive Travels in the Path of Rhythm, which came out in 1990. Singles, Check the Rhyme, We Got the Jazz, Scenario. This album is, one that is highly regarded and highly heralded by a lot of people, a lot of fans in hip hop. I guess we probably should deal with the elephant in the room. If you had to rank this album in their discography, where would you rank this album in their discography?
This would be I'd say it's the second best album. Second best album.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's their first best? What's their best album?
Midnight Marauders.
Okay. And what's third?
That would be People's Instinctive Travels and the Paths of Rhythm, 1990.
Okay. What about their fourth album?
I don't. Nah, I mean that's the three. That's the they.
But they have 5 albums. Hey, I'm sorry, 6 albums.
That they just. They just released something. No, listen. At the time of this recording, ladies and gentlemen, at the time of this recording, I only know of three. A Tribe Called Quest with Q-Tip, Fife, Jerobi, Ali Shayi Muhammad. Sometimes why?
All right, so I had to get the elephant out, you guys, because if you've
What
heard,
is the elephant?
well, let me explain that.
Okay.
If you guys have been, if you now, there's some people who listen to this podcast have been following us since day one. We appreciate you guys and gals. You know that Eclectic does not acknowledge any albums that a Tribe Called Quest put out past Midnight Marauders.
They didn't make any more.
They made 3 more, but I just wanted to put that out there. So we won't touch into their discography, but I just wanted to get that out there because I want people to know that you don't.
Are you talking about a Tribe Called Quince?
Quince.
That's different. That's different.
So yeah, man. Before we start breaking down these tracks on this album, since we're not going to talk about the other 5, what did you think about the production? Because a lot of people talk about how well this album was produced, some of the jazz influences, and so forth and so on. What did you think about the overall production of this album?
I thought that it was superior to People's Instinctive, but I also thought it felt like a continuation of People's Instinctive. I was a big fan. Here's the thing: I'm to put all the cards on the table to give you a peek behind the curtain. As much as Kyle, he's your host here, is a fan of A Tribe Called Quest, I am a bigger fan of their friendly competition, which is De La Soul. And so I've always compared the two. And in 91, De La Soul is Dead came out. And De La Soul is Dead was a total different kind of production from 3 Feet High and Rising. It was like a brand new joint. And so when Low End Theory came out, it was like, oh, I see what they trying to do. They trying to, come on, man. Yeah, I'm not De La Soul. What are we doing? But as popular, it switched. As big as De La Soul was on 3 Feet High and Rising, it wasn't super, they weren't super blown up on De La Soul Dead. Conversely, A Tribe Called Quest wasn't super blowing up off of People Instinctive, but Low End Theory got them out of here.
Facts.
And so, I think a lot of that has to do with the production, and they, and I think what the other thing is that people don't talk about, the bigger thing is they switched and started rolling with Russell.
Speak on it.
Cause so the native tongues was all managed with Red Alert. So they changed management, and once they did that, I think Russell, put them out there and, let them see everything, and get them more popular and in the right places. They had more videos, everything was a little different. And so I think the Rushtown, was it Rushtown Management, Rush Artist Management, and had a lot to do with it. Because Red Alert and them, they more underground, they chilling, and I think that had a lot to do with it.
Good point. Yeah, I think this album, like you said, it really got them out of here. I think the production piece of it was really, really incredible because, like you said, it went from one thing to, because People's Instinct has a distinct sound, and it's not that Low End was that much better, but it was just a continuation, and then I think they just took it to the next level. Some of these jazz sounds and jazz influenced chords and stuff that they used on some of these songs, the instrumentation from the sampling of people like Ron Carter, I think that goes a long way. And what it did was it introduced people like me to musicians and certain sounds that I had never before in hip hop, let alone in jazz. Because I was, like I said, I was a freshman in college. I wasn't really, to be honest, listening to a lot of jazz at the time. So I thought it was a great introduction into another window of music for me. So let's get into the tracks. Track 1, Excursions. Now on this track, it's just Q-Tip by himself. What did you think of Excursions?
I thought that basically this was left over from People's Instinctive. Because it sounded just like People's Instinctive. It was just Q-Tip. If you didn't know, you would think Q-Tip was a Tribe Called Quest.
At this point.
And a lot of people don't know this. So since you guys are listening, when you listen to my podcast, I try to teach you some stuff. But since you're listening to this one and I'm on it, I'll try to teach you something anyway.
Good.
But Q-Tip wrote all of People's Instinctive.
Wow.
So when you heard Fife on Can I Kick It, that was Q-Tip. He wrote the entire thing. He wrote all the Fife's verses. He wrote all the People's Instinctive. So, luckily, before the album came out, we heard Check the Ride.
Right. So
I knew that it wasn't just going to be another Q-Tip showcase. But when this song came on, it was like, okay, well, what it is. But it sounded like it was just a leftover joint from People's Instinctive.
That's a good point. And a lot of people don't know that. I did not hear that probably until some years ago. But you're right, to your point. Check the Rhyme was officially released September 9th of 1991. And obviously the album comes out a couple of weeks later on September 24th, 1991. So, I thought Excursions was good. It was a decent enough lead off song for the album. But to your point, you're right, and you're dead on point. I think it was either something that didn't make People's Instinctive, or they went into the recording process with that, particular sound in mind. It was okay. It's not one of my favorites. I don't diss it. I don't skip it or anything like that. But I think it's a solid opening for that particular album. Then we get to track 2, Bugging Out, which then features Q-Tip and Fife. What did you think about Bugging Out?
I thought Bugging Out was great because we did get a snippet of Bugging Out in the jazz video, but if you already, whatever. But the way that it opens, I mean, you got to understand, we just now really getting Fife. We were actually really, literally just now getting Fife, because before he didn't write this stuff. So the first time we hear Fife do Fife words is, yo, microphone check 1 2, what is this? So it's a total. We finally get the opposite of abstract guy, and I'm gonna give you some bars and have a sense of humor and talk about sports, and he's wearing New Balance sneakers, so and then the Bugging Out, the hook was dope. I will say this. When I first heard it, I thought he was dissing Special Ed. But
really?
He wasn't.
Okay.
Because I had to listen to it again. I was like, oh, okay. So he's talking about somebody else.
Right.
But I thought that he was dissing them. But nah, super dope song.
Yeah, man, I agree 1,000%, man. This was when he comes on at the beginning of this song. I'm like, yo, who is this? I just remember looking like, yo, who is this rapping? Like, who is this new? Is this somebody new? And it's not to say that Fife wasn't rapping on People's Instinctive, but the difference is that, like you said, he wrote his own to this point. So I mean, and like he's energetic. He's the 5-foot assassin at this point. Like, but he's not even calling himself that. But he comes off like that. And I personally, I think the album turns at this moment, because for me, like you said, Excursion sounds like something that was probably not good enough to make People's Instinctive, but I guess they wanted to lead it off. But this right here lets you know, like, Fife is here. Like, he ain't playing. And, man, I love this joint, man. I love this joint. Even to this day, man, it's still, I mean, microphone check 1 2, what is, I mean, like, that's a very popular catchphrase, and it's because of Fife, man. And, yeah, I love it. I love it. Then we move to track 3, Rap Promoter. What was your take on this one?
I'm sorry. I mean, at the time, it was okay. Mm-hmm. You know, it's too damn cold outside. It put it like this: when it came out, Bugging Out was out of here. This song was crazy. When this came out, it was okay. I mean, I guess whatever. I applaud the different type of subject matter mm-hmm. that they're rapping about, because they were going through it with Jive. So it's an okay song. It's not, put it like this: if someone said I can't hear this song again, I'd be okay.
I like Rap Promoter, man. I still like it to this day. It's not, if I had to pick, songs to listen to off this album, it's not the first song that I picked, but I think it's a very solid song. Well placed. It rides the wave of Bugging Out, so it's not a skippable track for me. So I'm cool with that. Then we move to track 4, Butter. Another joint. What's your take on Butter?
Now, Butter, now we're talking. Originally not a Fife solo. This is a Fife solo song. Mm-hmm. But originally it wasn't. It was him and Q-Tip.
Yep.
And but this, even though Bugging Out gave us Fife, this was like the Fife. This is full on Fife. I mean, we got story. We got, like I said, we got the humor. We got everything that we needed on Butter. I couldn't believe that he actually got a solo, but I mean, Q-Tip still had to be on the hook, but I Got More Game Than Parker Brothers killed me when he said, I was like, wow. Even now, if you say it now, you're like, so? Like, but then it was like,
yeah, then that was crazy. That was a crazy bar.
Like, oh, okay. And ease off hole, my name's Malik. Come on, man.
That's like my favorite part.
And you're getting E for effort, T for nice try. Nah, man. So one of the definite highlights of the album, Butter.
Yeah, man. I got the biggest kick out of him saying, "Ease off, hold. My name's Malik." I don't know why. I mean, of course, it wasn't, probably the most nicest thing that you could say to a young lady at the time. But it was the '90s. We're a little wild in the '90s. But yeah, man. I echo everything that you said, man. Butter is the joint, man. It's again, this album, I think at this point is rolling, and I'm loving every second of it at this point. Then we move to track 5, Verses from the Abstract, featuring Vinia Mojica and Ron Carter. What's your take on this one? This one is Q-Tip going solo.
Yeah, both of them. When this album came out, this was when I first heard this was my favorite song on the album.
Same.
And I, again, not knowing then, but now knowing that even it got video because she did a roller skating jam called Saturdays.
Yes.
But
The lovely Vinia Mojica.
they really, I wasn't bullshitting. They really had a friendly competition. They was always trying to one up each other. But
You think you really think that they did because De La had
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
I want to say I read it somewhere, but this song, when I first heard it, I was like, wow, this is crazy. The crazy move faker, I used that to break her fife. The way he did that with a fife in the house and then she's singing, I was like, man, this song is incredible. Where's the video?
Yeah.
Because this was like a smooth version of Garrett's ones. I'm still number one. This is great.
Yeah, man. Her Vinia singing, Ron Carter on the bass, just the whole vibe of that joint, man. I still to this day, like you said, when I first heard it, probably for the first year or so that I had this album, this was my favorite track on the album. And it still is a joint that still bangs to this day. Love this joint. Love it. Then we get to a posse cut on track 6. Show Business featuring Diamond D, Lord Jamar, and Sadat X. Tell me what you think about this one.
Well, I'm thinking, posse cut. This isn't your posse. So, where's Pos Dove, Queen? What are we doing?
Maybe they were busy.
Listen, regardless, this song was like a therapy session. I got to listen in on it. You guys are having a time. The ups and downs with the hoes and getting in front of it on the shows and people thinking they know in your business. This song was just there. When it came out, I was like, this is great because I get different type of MCs rapping together. And I love, if you're going to leave it up to me, just take them away and give me Grand Poobah. But I'm always down for a good Sadat joint.
Mm-hmm.
I personally just can't listen to Lord Jamal.
Okay.
I just can't. I never want to hear him rhyme. But Diamond D, Sadat, I'm with it. I wish it would have just been Grand Poobah or Brent, whatever.
Right.
But overall, I could do without this song, to tell you the truth.
Really? Okay. And now that I wasn't expecting.
Nah.
Okay.
Like if I make a Tribe Called Quest playlist, it's only 3 albums, but if I made a playlist, I wouldn't put this on it.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, this joint, man, I was surprised because I did not expect Diamond D and Lord Jamar and Sadat X to appear on this particular track, but I love it, man. I love it. It taps into talking about show business and just kind of give you the ins and outs. And keep in mind that at this particular time, this is Tribe's second album, but they're already sounding like vets of the game, if you will. But yeah, I still like this track. It still knocks with me. Track 7, Vibes and Stuff. What you got on that one, man?
This is the sleeper on the album. This is a song that I think most people don't necessarily skip but overlook. When they talk about the album, this is not going to come up. And Quietly is one of the better songs on the album. It's also akin to Excursions. Like, it also could have been on People's Extinctive. But I think on this one, because we had Butter, we had Verses from the Abstract. I don't really care about show business. I think, and Excursions was just tip. Bugging Out, I think Fife won. Rap Promoter, I don't know, but I think Fife won on this one too. Hair's Crazy Curly, Flip Like Mr. Furley. Come on, man.
Shout out to Mr. Furley.
And then I'm prompt with my business and I do things on the double. Yo, I'm out like Buster Douglas. I say peace to MC Trouble. Come on.
Rest in peace.
So I think he also got him on this one. And so and he nasty. He gave a shout out to Vinny's mother at the end of this song.
Yes.
But no, Vibes and Stuff is a definitely a solid song. I give it a solid B.
I agree with you, man. I think you're right in the sense because I don't think people realize how dope this song was. The song kind of gets overlooked in the mix of the placement of where it is on this particular album, but I think it's still a really, really dope track. And like you said, Fife's verse, come on, man. That man said Mr. Furley. I mean, oh man, I love it. Then we get to track 8, the infamous date rape. Yeah. What's your take on this one?
Top 10 as 80s and 90s go. I can't say all time, but top 10 worst rap title song ever.
Yeah, very problematic.
Who saw the title and said, "Nah, let's go with it." So
hey, I'll tell you who did it. Russell.
This might be my least favorite song on the album. Now when it came out though, I rhymed the hell out of it. Sweetheart, we going out like that. Zulu, like what is that?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Zulu.
Man, he's saying I don't want to bone you that much that I'd rape you. I'm not the type that he said I go get another. I'm not gonna just force myself on you. So I was like, okay, we get what you're trying to go with, but then it was like, oh, you acting like that because you're on your period, which is not great.
Right.
So, but girly girl cried rape. Yo, I didn't really need it. What is happening?
Yeah, that's not good.
I don't. And you named it this. So listen, I don't understand. Again, if I was making a playlist, this would not exist. When I play the album, I skip this.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think you definitely could get this off in 1991. In 2020, you'd get canceled for a song like this. And
I don't even care about that because I don't cancel. That's not a real thing to me. It wasn't crazy dope in 91. I was just rhyming it because it was a new Tribe Called Quest song. It was, but like the tail end of 91 and the 92, I was over it. I wasn't even, so. Yeah, but we damn sure rhymed this in class, in art class, out loud in front of the female teacher. We definitely did.
Look at you, degenerates. Yeah, this one didn't really, definitely didn't age as well. I'm with you. It's my least favorite song on it, easily. It's a definite skip for me. This song. To be honest, I guess we probably just, and maybe you probably could say the same thing, we probably just rock with it back then because it was on the album. But looking back on it, like, there's nothing really appealing about this song. It's not really a good song. And like you said, it's definitely top 10, one of the most problematic titles that you would see in hip-hop history. But they make up for it because track 9, we're going to check the rhyme. What's your thoughts on that one?
This is probably their essential song. This is probably their signature song. Even if it's not, it should be. When we first heard it, it was like, because this was, hey, Tribe Called Quest has something new. Here's the video. I miss when we would be introduced to new songs by video. It was just, you just turning channels one day or watching the video show, and then it come on like, yo, okay. And they're rhyming. Everything about this is good. I mean, we got introduced to Industry Rule 4080, which was about Jive and Red Alert's management. And that is why we ended up with that line, and we got the show business song. So all of it, we listen, man. Come on, what are we supposed to do here? But yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. It's definitely their essential song. It is probably one of their most popular songs, if not, well, I can't say it's the most popular song, but it's definitely one of their most popular songs, one of my favorite songs. And like you said, they talk about the industry. It's Check the Rhyme. And I mean, they're filming the video. The video's in black and white, and they're on the top of a building in the old neighborhood in Queens. And it's dope. It's hip-hop personified. Then we move to track 10. Everything is fair when you're living in the city.
Wait a minute. And the what?
City.
Oh, okay.
I'm interested to get your take on this one, man. Particularly if you feel any different, as opposed to how you felt back then as listening to it now. What's your take on this one?
Shit sample. This was another one this was up there with rap promoter and showbiz. I didn't care. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, man, I think we might have skipped this song, Rapping in Art Class. I don't think this was not
not to skip.
I think we did a real live skip. We were like, nah. It was like I'm sitting there, I'm like everything. They're like, nah, we're not going. I'm like, all right.
Next one.
Yeah. This I don't think this was a very good song.
This one's okay. I could do without the hook.
Yeah. It's done. Ugh.
But you know what the worst part of this one for me? You don't have to say a word.
I didn't mind that.
That's all you heard.
Come on, huh?
I'm like, really? And I guess, man, it's just like, I don't know, man. And I don't think my ears have changed. I still love this album. It's just I think we sat through it and we just loved it because keep in mind, and I'm sure you probably had this tape, right? You didn't have the CD.
Were they I guess there were CDs in '91. I mean,
I couldn't afford.
I don't remember seeing the CD.
No. The first CD I bought was Crazy Sexy Cool. So that was what, '94?
No, I did not. I had the cassette tape.
Okay, yeah, same here. So basically, this is if we're at Everything Is Fair. So that's side B. So we've got to listen to it or fast forward through it. So I guess maybe we just kind of dealt with it. I guess, but it's.
Even though side B has the quote unquote hits, side A was better.
Okay, so side A would end at what? Show Business, maybe? No, probably Vibes and Stuff.
Yeah.
So it probably ended Vibes and Stuff. Maybe. Well.
Side B would have the hits, but
yeah, okay.
And stop.
That's
Everything is fair and infamous.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And the two other songs is only like 2 minutes.
yeah, relatively short too. Then we get to track 11, the aforementioned Jazz. We got the Jazz. What did you think about this one?
Incredible song, and this worked off of their lyrics and charisma because really. The track is just okay. I would have loved to hear the original that Pete Rock did, but the track was okay. But them rhyming and Phife almost getting the Tribe Called Quest killed because he dissed New Jack Swing and what's the name was coming after him, Rex and Effects and Teddy Riley. But it's a really good song. It's a different vibe than really other than like maybe Verses from the Abstract and Excursions. It's a totally different vibe. This pretty much is what they were on Instinctive and what they became on Midnight Marauders.
Okay. Fair enough. I will agree with that. I think this is one of my favorite songs on the album. Actually, the video was dope. I think this, I don't know, man. It was one of those joints that always made me feel good. No matter what I was doing, no matter where I was, it always made me feel good anytime I heard this song.
I'm gonna tell you this though. When I first heard it, actually, not when I first heard it, and for the first like couple of months, I thought he said the anus to succeed, and and achieve it 21. I was like,
The anus.
I was like, what? I mean, I would guess it's like, oh no, you
gotta use context clues, man.
No, but I just thought that I thought it was some kind of weird metaphor for kicking the rear, or is a badass or something. I was like, the anus to succeed. I'm like, okay, well, go ahead, man.
Oh, that's stupid. Oh man, the anus to succeed. Okay, then we get to We get to track 12.
Before you get to track 12, also shout outs to Fife. Again, in 91, we used to listen to mixtapes that were actual mixtapes.
Oh, no question.
And he, try to make hits like Kid Capri makes tapes. Mm-hmm. This was a thing. Now, I will say, maybe Tip got Fife on this one. I don't know though, because I like the way.
I might be biased, but I think Fife got him.
Skeff Anselm, he got more. Nah, I think Fife might.
Fife got him.
But then Q-Tip also has the easy back it up. I don't know.
Nah, Fife got him. And he shouted out Skeff Anselm, which I think was a dope name. Skeff Anselm, who actually produced a couple of tracks on the album, but the album was produced by a Tribe Called Quest. Track 12, Sky Pager. Interested to know what you thought about this one.
So, when it came out,
mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, that's what's popping. But like now, it's dated, but not in a great way. Like Beepers by Sir Mix-a-Lot. If I'm the only person that's listened to this that's ever heard this song, but Beepers by Sir Mix-a-Lot.
I've heard Beepers before.
Is also dated because it's Beepers, but it's still it's a better song to me. This one, it's okay. You leave code 69. That means you want some cock.
And they blurred out the word cock.
Yeah,
I think this one's okay. It's okay. I'm okay on this one. It's not a great song. It's a solid song. It's not bad or good or indifferent. It's just kind of there. Then track 13, What? Which is just Q-Tip rolling solo again. What did you think about this one?
I thought then, hey, this is pretty harmless. This is funny. This is it's a throwaway thing. We rhymed it in our classes, it's whatever. But it got old quick, and like now it's corny. This is what's Ralph Cramden if he ain't yelling? All right, man. You just ran out of shit. We're not doing this in 91. Like, oh, okay. Everyone has a couple of these songs that you just throw some stuff on, but nah, man. Again, this side, even though you got Check the Rhyme and you got Jazz and you got the next song we're gonna about Sky Pager and what and everything is fair and the infamous tape. Like, hey man, I get that everyone loves this album, but let's be honest here.
Let's be honest here.
This has timeless classic singles.
Okay, and we'll get to that in a second. What do I think about this song? This song.
What?
Yeah, what? This song it's okay. It's not, and you know what I think it is. I think my love for the
What is a man if he's not rugged?
The rugged man. Shout out to the rugged man.
All right. My bad. Go ahead.
I think my like of this, the way that I like this song back then, kind of overshadows maybe how good or bad this song actually is. I don't think it's a bad song. I just don't think it's as good probably as I probably thought it was back then. But I still like the song, so I can't really shit on it. But
is it even a song though?
He said Ralph Cramp.
What was it like 2 minutes 5 seconds?
It's 2 minutes and 29 seconds.
And it's longer than Sky Pager. Are these even songs? These are more interludes.
Totally. And you're talking about a 48-minute album that these really could have been interludes, to be honest, if you look back on it. And then we get to the last track of the album, the Posse Cut Scenario, featuring Busta Rhymes, Charlie Brown, and Dinko D of then leaders of the new school. E, what say you about this track?
Well, this, when it came out, this was incredible. And we wanted to see, we got introduced, and not necessarily introduced, leaders of the school, everyone's rhyming, everything's good. My favorite verse on here is nobody else's favorite verse, blah, blah, blah. Now, even though this is what we got, and I love the song, and when it was out, I love the song, I 100% would not have, had I known that this, in my opinion, is probably the worst version of the song. Ladies and gentlemen.
You like the remix better?
Ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not just talking about, the one with the different beat. Ladies and gentlemen, you may not know this, but there's multiple versions of Scenario. The original had Pasta Noose, Dove, Drez, Mr. Long. It even had Chris Lighty had a verse on it. The song was incredible. They had another one that Joby rhymed on. I've heard, I own them all. I listen to them. Some of the quality is not great, but you can hear parts of the verses from what we actually did get. It's just that had I known that I had a Tribe Called Quest, it was 9 MCs, the 9 MC mix.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, my God. Had I known I could get De La, Black Sheep, Leaders in the School, Tribe Called Quest on one song, and then they gave me that, I would have been pissed. But since I didn't know, it's great. This scenario's wonderful. A lot of people put it as the number 2 posse cut of all time. Don't, but I understand. Yeah.
Okay. I love this joint. This is a great closeout to the album. I've said it before and I'll say it again. When I heard this version of the album, I knew Trevor Smith was out of here. That's Busta Rhymes. I knew his days in Leaders of the New School were numbered after this verse. I think it's a great posse cut. I think it's a great way to end the album. And I think this is one of those songs that, still resonates with people. There's a remix or remixes, if you will. The remix that most of you have probably heard. I like that slightly better than this one, but it didn't appear on the original cut of the album. But nonetheless, I think it's a great bookend to this album.
Man, it was 19.
Let's hit some rapid fire questions.
Come on.
3 favorite songs. What's your 3 favorite songs on this album?
It's fairly easy. Verses from the Abstract. Check the Rhyme. Do I go Bugging Out or Butter? Bugging Out.
Okay. I go Butter Verses from the Abstract, and Check the Rhyme.
Well, what happened to Scenario? You were just
I love
eating
it,
all
but
over it a couple of seconds ago.
But it's just, hey, it don't top those three right there. Songs that don't belong. So E, you're A&R. You're the guy. You're you're Rush Management right now. They bring
Then this is an EP. If I'm Rush Management.
So it's 1991. You got your high top fade. You're sitting in your office on Park Avenue in I was gonna say Def Jam in Jive headquarters. They bring you this album. Hey E, tell us what you think. What songs are you taking off this album, if any?
I'm taking off Date Rape. Taking off Everything Is Fair.
In the city.
And I'm taking off what? For 91, I can keep Sky Pager on there even though it's not great. And Rap Promoter and what's the other bullshit? Show Business. Show Business is good because we got some features, so we can keep that. Rap Promoter is different enough. I would change the sequencing up a little bit, but I would get rid of what? Date Rape and Everything Is Fair.
Okay. I'm definitely taking Date Rape off. Everything Is Fair when you're living in the city. That's got to go off too. I could make a case for keeping everything else, but yeah, those two got to go. Let's see. Best verse. Who had the best? Who do you think had the best verse? And it could be, the artist, or it could be, some of the guest artists that we had on here. Who do you think had the best verse on this album?
On the entire album? It's Fife.
Okay.
I'm probably on Bugging Out or Check the Rhyme. But it's probably Fife. I thought you were going to ask who had the best verse in the Scenario.
Well,
So we'll go Fife.
You took. We're coming to that one. I definitely say Fife had best verse. It's tough for me, but I probably say Bugging Out just because I just remember like hearing that for the first time and like, I had to look to see who that was because it sounded like Fife, but I wasn't sure that was him because he wasn't rapping like that on the first album. Who had the best? You stole my thunder a little bit. Who had the best verse on Scenario?
For me, the best verse belongs to Dinko D.
Okay.
Flip, flat, back, first, fight, laugh. Yo, how that sound?
Man, I can't tell. How long did it take you to remember that verse? Because it took me a minute.
It was just the part. Everything else was great.
I couldn't get. I would always get tongue tied at that part.
Funk, flipped, flat, back, first, fist, foul, fight, laugh.
I said funk, flip.
Florin, filth.
How that sound? Ooh.
Now the hardest one was ship, shake, plush, grapes, apes to play tapes, papes, makes drinks, bakes for the wakes.
I didn't have a problem with that. I didn't have a problem with that. But yeah, man, that one right there stunk.
And maybe that's a part of the reason why I think he had the best verse. It was like it was an easy verse.
It wasn't. No, I can't say that.
Incorporated INC into it. Oh, that was my shit.
I gotta go with Fife, man. I mean, Busta has the iconic verse, but I gotta go with. I mean, Bo knows this and Bo knows that. I mean, like,
there's no wrong answer
there's
unless you go. I mean, even you even got Who's That Brown. So I mean,
right.
So
right.
Yeah.
Okay. 3-album run. Who had the better 3-album run? First 3 albums. A Tribe Called Quest or De La Soul?
De La Soul.
Oh, You answer that quick.
Yeah. I'll tell you why.
Tell me why.
Now, because the De La Soul, I think 3 Feet High and Rising is easily better than People's Instinctive. I think that
Go ahead.
I think that Midnight Marauders is easily better than Balloon Mind State.
Mm-hmm.
I think that De La Soul is Dead is superior to Low End Theory. I think that Low End Theory has bigger hits, but as an album, and we're talking albums, De La Soul is Dead is the superior album. Where I give them the heads up is there are, put it like this. I don't want to make it seem like everything that De La Soul makes is perfect because it's not. Mm-hmm. But I will say there are far less songs on the 3 albums that De La made that I would get rid of than it is on Tribe.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that is the reason. So I think that 3 Feet High and Rising is better than People's. I think Midnight Marauders is better than Balloon. I think that you can argue the De La Soul and Dead and the Low End Theory until you actually listen to them side to side, because there's no date rape on De La Soul is Dead. You got Peas Porridge and Pass the Plus. Now, depending on what version you get, if you get the one where Who Do You Worship and My Brother's a Basshead, you might be like, all right, man, come on.
Right.
But it's still not as bad. And it's also like 912 songs on De La Soul is Dead.
This is true. And about 5,000 skits.
Yes. And so with all of that, and you still don't have as much skippable stuff, that's why I say it.
Now, I agree partially. I think you're onto something with this album and De La Soul is Dead. You probably, just off the top of my head, you're right. I probably could make a case for keeping more songs on De La Soul is Dead than I would on this particular album on Low End Theory.
It's not really I said it because I've thought about this before. Mm-hmm. It's not like it's hands down, right. But I think if you really listen to the albums and take away biases and be like, all right, album for album, not what group do I like the better, not what rapper do I like the best, I think you would arrive at De La Soul, so.
And see that I think but you make a great point there, and I think that's where the problem is going to come in. If we ask this question, like let's just say to the masses, is that I don't know that people can necessarily take away their biases, because the people that outside of you, the people that I know that ride for De La, like it's nothing, like nobody's business. Ain't for Tribe, so I don't know that people will be able to remove some of their fandom to make a definitive, hey, I'll take this over that.
I think. Go ahead.
No, the only thing I was gonna say was I think where we differ is I think People's Instinctive slightly better than 3 Feet High and Rising. But and that's just, now this is just me going off the top of my head, and I'm trying to remember all of the tracks on 3 Feet High and Rising without looking it up. But just off the top of my head, I think it's slightly of the slightest better. Not by much, but slightly better.
And on top of that, even if, depending on how you want to look at it, People's Instinctive is a Q-Tip album.
This is true.
And, versus a De La Soul album, regardless if you like, you know what, I don't like the De La Orgy skit. I'm like, okay. But you got Plug Tuning, you got Buddy, you got Potholes in My Lawn, you got Me, Myself, and I, you got Jennifer Taught Me, The Magic Number, Say No Go.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And none of those are even my favorite song. My favorite song is I Know. But I can understand, if you also look at it and say, well, People's Instinctive and Low End are tighter because they don't have all the skits that 3 Feet and De La Soul's Dead has. I understand that. It's just that, well, they invented the skit.
Right.
So,
Literally.
I mean, if they don't have the skits, nobody's gonna have the
Right.
skits ever.
They
So,
literally created rap skits. Nobody
so I
had
don't-
ever done it like that before.
yeah, so I was like, I don't know what to tell you. I get it. Yeah, it's like a skit. The De La Soul's Dead, a storybook, and 3 Feet High and Rising is a game show.
I was gonna ask I was gonna ask if you would put that on a Twitter poll, but I think Tribe probably has more people that will respond.
They have the more beloved
Yeah,
run.
yeah, especially with Fife not being here too as well. Yeah, I don't. It probably go like that.
And let's be honest, the masses, the masses couldn't name the 3 members of De La Soul.
Well, there's some people that don't know about Jerobi.
Which I'm glad you brought that up. He had verses for that entire album. I would love to hear that version, but he left it, and then they cut his verses off.
Yeah, I would too.
But he had verses for all of fucking Low End Theory. He's on a version of the scenario.
But I will say this much: he got busy on Tribe's last album.
I didn't hear him say shit on Midnight Marauders. I mean, I'll go back and listen. I'll go back and listen.
Thank you for your service. We get from here. Jerobi gets busy on that one.
Why are you thanking me for my service? I was talking about now Speed of Life is a dope album. If none of you guys have ever listened to it, Evitan
Right.
is a group where it's Jerobi and Drez from Black Sheep. They made an album in 2012. It's pretty damn.
I remember that joint. Last question. We get out of here. If you were writing a review for the Source magazine in 2020, celebrating this 30-year, I'm sorry, not 2020, 2021. You're celebrating the 30-year anniversary, and you had to give this a mic according to the Source mic system. You are rating A Tribe Called Quest's Low End Theory. What rating are you giving this album?
3 mics. Giving it 3.
Okay.
Solid album. It's not something that, put it like this, to enjoy the album, you don't have to listen to the entire album. You can listen to, I'm going to conservatively say 6 of the, I think like 14 tracks on here, and be good. With that being said, and let me think this through. So Bugging Out 1, Butter, Fresh from the Abstract, Check the Rhyme, Chess, Scenario, that's 6.
Vibes and stuff.
As we said, most people overlook you cannot have vibes and stuff and be okay. Mm-hmm. It's just these I'm naming the songs you have to listen to.
Gotcha.
Because you can also say Excursions, but you don't have to listen. Excursions fine. And Vibes and Stuff is a really good song. But these 6, and I was freestyling, but it was really 6 you have to listen to of the 14. And when not even half of the album is you gotta, I can't give it any more than 3. 50% is 7, and I said 6. So if you got, but that's how I look at things. People that are big fans are not gonna look at it that way. Like, are you shitting on that album? I'm not. I love the album. Mm-hmm. But I'm being realistic here. It's not all home runs, and half of it is missable, not skippable, right, but it's missable. Right. Now, about three or 4 of them is skippable, but half the album is missable. So I can't give it, anything higher than a 3.
I'm gonna say 4.
I thought you was gonna say 4.5.
Nah. The reason why I can't give it necessarily a 4.5 is because date rape and everything is fair when you're living in the city.
Oh, okay.
Those two joints. And then when you add in what, again, it's something you mentioned that I never really thought about until you actually said it. So I'm glad you said it. Those tracks of Sky Pager and What, two songs that both run a little bit more than 2 minutes.
And shit, rap promoted too.
Right, that too. Really could have been like more of, you could have used that time, if you're going to put it on there, use it as a skit or an interlude or something like that.
And give us another good song.
Right. So, so that, I know some of you probably think, okay, Kyle, you're being hard. I don't think I'm being hard. I'm just being honest. Again, I love this album. So that's just where I am as far as my thought process. But yeah, I probably knock it down to a 4. I think if people are being honest, now there's some diehard Tribe fans that'll still give this a 5 mic album. And, I'm not going to argue with you, but at the same time, I could make a case for 4.5. Right now, probably sitting at about 4. I understand how you got to 3. And I know that's probably, some people probably think that's a large jump. It's really not, because again, 3 means that it was dope.
Yeah.
And, something I constantly tell, younger people on social media, like, everybody can't have a classic. Everything can't be a classic. Everything's not going to be a classic. Everything's, there are places in their time frames and things of that nature. But no, I think you make a good point on that, where, you can make a case that it's 3 or above. I could make a case for 4 and above. I can't in good conscience say it's a 5 mic album. I can't, but I know people will. Go ahead.
Here's another thing. I think a lot of it has to do with that being people's introduction to A Tribe Called Quest, and they don't know nothing about people's stuff.
Right.
They know Bonita, they know Can I Kick It, and as they might know Segundo.
Maybe. Well, they know Segundo's heard your podcast.
Well, yeah, but they only know those 3 after they heard Low End Theory.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know him before.
No.
Because, they might have been, 7, 8 years old when Low End Theory came out. So anyway, also, I remember, and this was a thing for years, maybe a decade. There was a consistent debate of whether Low End Theory was better than Midnight Marauders. People always say, what is their better album? Is it this one or is it that one? And I'm like, if you listened to Midnight Marauders, there was no fucking way that Low End Theory is better. Now, listen, I will entertain that Check the Rhyme, Jazz, Bugging Out scenario are bigger songs than whatever's on Midnight Marauders. Mm-hmm. I'll concede that, but there is no way that the album is better than Midnight Marauders. You're out of your damn mind.
1,000%. You took the words right out of my mouth. To me, it's not close. I get why people say that. Full disclosure, when I listen to Low End Theory, I always listen to Midnight Marauders right behind it. Like, it's just something that I do. But nah, I'm with you, man. It's something you said a little earlier, and I want to hammer home point as well. Low End Theory has some classic singles. You can have classic singles and not necessarily have a classic album.
Yeah.
It was voted a classic I get it. I understand why people still have it as a classic. In listening to it, it's the album I still bump. I just, if you ask me to rate it, I'm not going to give it 5 mics. And I don't think that's a knock on A Tribe Called Quest. I don't think that's a knock on the album. It's just where it is right now. But nonetheless, it has been 30 years in the making. Wow, 30 years, man. We getting old. Before we get out of here, man, tell folks where they can hear you and check you out at, and check out the podcast.
Listen, everyone, if you're into good hip hop music from the late 70s, all of the 80s, most of the 90s, I guess. Um, Encyclopedia Hip Hop Podcast. I'm your host. We talk about those. I'm ranking the top 50 story rhymes of that era. Every now and then I'll give you a hip hop music award show. Started in 1984. We got 84, 85, 86, and 87. I review albums. I review discographies. I review groups. We have fantasy drafts. Me and Cal's done a lot. We drafted Philadelphia MCs, Queens MCs, Biggie song, a whole bunch of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So check that out. That's everywhere that you can get a podcast. Also the Eclectic Discussion Podcast, where we're talking about growing up in the 80s, growing up in the 90s, things that happened and things that maybe shouldn't have happened. But check that out. So Encyclopedia Hip Hop is Encyclopedia HH on Twitter and Instagram. Then the Eclectic Podcast is Eclectic Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. And it's spelled ECLECTIK.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. So make sure you check them, subscribe. And once you subscribe, tell a friend. Pass the word.
It's very noteworthy to say that a lot of these shows that I have on either podcast, they don't really even go for 20, 25 minutes. So they're quick listens. The topic is really good, but when the topic is really good, the show is really good, and the time flies by.
There you go. You guys know where to find me. You've been listening long enough. You can catch the 12 Kyle podcast each and every week. New podcast drops every Thursday at midnight. From time to time this year, we will be dropping bonus editions on Sundays at midnight. Make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss anything. 12 Kyle across the board on social media, 12 Kyle podcast. Well, so that's going to do it for us. Once again, me and Eclectic, we have celebrated and broken down Low End Theory 30 years later right here on the 12 Kyle podcast. Thank you for coming through. We'll catch you guys next time. 5,000.
When you manage procurement for multiple facilities, every order matters. But when it's for a hospital system, they matter even more. Grainger gets it and knows there's no time for managing multiple suppliers and no room for shipping delays. That's why Grainger offers millions of products in fast, dependable delivery, so you can keep your facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Maybe you recognize this voice. Andy Betterman here of the injury law firm Greenberg & Betterman. For over 35 years, we've been helping people in the DMV with auto accidents and medical malpractice. Get a free consultation by visiting gblawyers.com and feel better.